we're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine. Today we have Mars in Cancer, trine Saturn in Pisces. This is all about our spiritual awakening, but also boundaries. So in the past, you struggled with boundaries. This means that you probably attracted more toxicity and even toxic people into your life. You might have also struggled with escapism or those kind of tendencies. So in the now, you're working on setting healthier boundaries and understanding why they're important, and on the energy level. In some ways in the past, you were not, we'll say you weren't that into the spiritual. And so now you're being guided to really get into the spiritual. And the more that you are working towards, we'll say, on yourself spiritually and your own emotional well-being, you're doing better and getting more clarity on your path. So when we deal with Saturn energy, this is all about our karma in this lifetime. So while we're on Earth, we go through a series of tests and lessons and experiences, and it's all about how we're moving through these challenges that Saturn may give to us to work through. Right now is time to continue to let go of toxic patterns and habits that are no longer serving you, and to continue to clear any karmic cycles that you're still finding yourself in or yourself struggling in during this time. So this is why it's very important that you're working on yourself and doing the inner work to, we'll say, recognize and heal certain patterns that may not or may no longer be serving you. So you have a lot that you're working on. When we deal with these type of Saturn energies, it tends to bring things back up that you may need to integrate or take a deeper look at, though. But when you're doing this spiritual work and you're healing things on the karmic level, this helps you to become a better version of yourself, obviously, but to really tap into your life purpose and your soul purpose, and to integrate a lot of things very fast too. So it's all about dissolving past lessons right now, but also integrating them. And so this is really, really powerful energies for healing things like fear, insecurity that might be coming up. It just kind of depends. I'm going to go ahead and start with a reading for the divine feminine. Now, while we're dealing with these energies, we also have that Mars in Cancer. It is still in retrograde, so you might be feeling a little tired or lethargic, which is okay and can be expected. This is a time to slow down, especially, I'm not going to get too into it, but we have that Cancer full moon tomorrow. But when we're dealing with Mars in Cancer, this is another area that highlights respecting other people and their boundaries too, which is very, very important to have healthy connection. So we have a big focus right now on our relationships in general with these energies, but also our goals and our long-term goals and where we're headed. So it's time to slow down and to see the big picture of your life and look towards the long-term view with these energies of where you're going or where you want to be going to. So we're just going to start with some cards for the divine feminine. I have a lot of healings up. I do videos today, like I'm doing these videos, obviously, if you're finding me right. But tomorrow I do meditation for the full moon. So I have that up in my website if you guys want to get access to that meditation video. They're always amazing. And of course, I have a lot of healings and activations I'm doing today and tomorrow, actually the next couple of days. So if you guys look on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com, I do a ton of twin flame healings, activations, clearings, and of course, twin flame coaching, which is great for helping you through the process. So I have so many really good things on my website. Make sure you're checking them out. It's a great day to be tapping into these higher frequency energies the next couple of days. If you need anything, if you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website. I wrote a couple articles this morning talking more on that topic if you want to know more about the current energies and where we're at with them. But let's go ahead and start with a reading for the Divine Feminine Collective. What's going on for the Divine Feminine Collective? Divine Masculine, if you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. I have awakened to our connection. I know we have a timeless bond between us. So this is you're waking up to this connection. Oftentimes when you're navigating twin flame, you know who this person is. There's that soul recognition before the work comes up. And that work is, and I did put a post up this morning talking about this, is that you begin to have to work through and see and have reflected back to you both darker and light aspects. You're here to do the shadow work to integrate whatever you're being shown by your twin flame. There's things that you need to heal and things that you need to work on, but this is meant to be very rewarding as you're diving in deep and doing that healing work. You're meant to come into this state of union and even oneness, but this is also a path about shifting into a greater alignment, obviously with your twin flame, with your person, but with yourself. Energetically, they tend to trigger things to the surface so that you can take a deeper look at these things and to clear a lot very, very fast. So what I find usually happens is twin flames meet and it's like euphoria and amazing. I call that the love bubble. And then because of the high frequency energies, things begin to surface and there's like more healing work to do too. I talked a lot yesterday about healing trauma and layers that can come up and things like that. But oftentimes there's a lot of things that might surface too. Now, right now, with these Pisces, Saturn and Pisces energies, we have a lot of karma coming up fast, and you can feel that on the collective level. And so I was kind of saying that right now you're being guided to detach and work on yourself, but you can probably feel it in the air. Like, right, there's a lot of stuff flying around, right? So if you're sensitive to energy or you're a twin flame, you're probably sensitive to energy. You might be feeling some of this stuff, but what is important is that you are clearing out old, outdated cycles. If you're still continuing, and we're talking about your relationship, if you're still continuing to play out karmic patterns that are no longer serving you in your relationship, your twin flame might be playing them out with you. It's very important that you're looking within and diving in deep to do this deeper inner work to heal outdated patterns and karmic patterns, because it's karma coming up, that are no longer serving you. One of the biggest things that can interfere with a twin flame union or even keep twin flames apart is karmic energies. So you're being guided to take a deeper look at yourself and your own patterns. And if you see things that you're still kind of playing out, kind of like doing that inner work to heal whatever's coming up for you during this time. We have a big push to cleanse and clear any karmic patterns, programs, or energies that we're still carrying. And your twin flame has a cute or fun way of like triggering these to the surface to really heal yourself. So there's going to be spaces where you do have to obviously heal yourself, and probably spaces where you're with your twin flame. And it's all about when you're doing in those spaces, if you are by yourself or finding yourself by yourself too, to heal. When times got tough, I gave up on you too soon. This is one of the biggest things that I see go wrong with twin flames, is that you hit a space of separation and you might not know how to shift that, or you're being guided to work on yourself in that space and not doing the required work, instead giving up on the situation. This is like giving into ego. In reality, this could be giving into false stories or reasons why and things like that. Our ego is our biggest obstacle of how we see and perceive things, and it can get in the way. This could be negative thoughts, negative beliefs, narratives, how you're seeing things. A lot of times people throw in the towel instead of getting help with your situation because you might get stuck. So this can be very common, that we could run into blocks in any area of our life, but especially when it comes to our love life and things like that. You guys know I help you heal with all types of relationships, but I have a big focus in this area too of how to heal it. So some of you guys might be kind of giving up. You want to work on yourself and have patience and also surrender to whatever's going on in the process, but you also don't want to throw in the towel and give up. You'll oftentimes find that when you do, your twin flame tends to mirror that tendency. I'm confused about what I should do about my feelings for you. You're always on my mind. I realize all the mistakes I've made. I've sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. Especially on the divine feminine side, sometimes you guys have acted out patterns or things like that. It just kind of depends. Okay, so we have honor how far you have come right here. You have changed so much. If you look back at the past decade of your life, even or even longer, you're going to see how far that you have come, shifted, and changed things. And this is going to continue to happen based on the work, like we say, you do or don't do on yourself. But hopefully you're doing that work to change. We want to change and to break out of things holding us back, old patterns, negativities, negative energies, blocks, things like that, right? So depending on the work that you're doing on yourself, you're going to see the most results, and you're no longer going to attract or resonate some of the things that you've attracted in your past. So continue to work on yourself. All about high vibrational living right here, all about spiritual practices, especially with the Saturn and Pisces energies encouraging us to look after ourselves on every level, but especially spiritually. So this is like energy healing, meditation, cleansing your house, right? Cleansing your energy field, taking care of yourself, eating better food, and also the inner work that we do too. So you're being guided to raise your vibrational frequency, especially when it comes to a twin flame union, because your twin flame is going to mirror your energy. So in the lows, it feels like dull. I don't know how to describe it, like really dull. And in the highs, it feels really, really good. And we talk about an infinity energy loop where you're constantly sharing or passing energy back and forth. Now, the thing is with twin flame, once you've met, even if you're apart, you've begun to merge your energy field with this person. Right now, and I'll get into this in some of the reading, right now, a lot of you guys are feeling those effects. And on both sides, you're being guided, but this is reading for the Divine Feminine start. You're being guided to really work on your chakra system and to strengthen your own chakras, especially when you're trying to merge your energy field with another person. Because if you're full of negativities, karma, blocks, things like that, as you're trying to merge that together with your twin flame, it's not going to go smoothly, right? And things are going to come to the surface for you to clear, things for you to get out of your system. So it's very important that you're doing a lot, or doing everything you can to work on your energy. This is what we're supposed to be doing during these times anyway. We want to raise our frequency up and continue to raise our frequency up as part of our healing. Also being of service. And this is huge too, because you're really, really helping other people. And I love this because we have shifted the North Node into Pisces, which will continue to affect us over the next year and a half. And hopefully you'll see people being nicer, being of service. This is like help your neighbor kind of energy, do nice things for people, right? Getting on your soul mission. But in whatever way that looks like for you, we're going to see that where people are acting hopefully more empathic and compassionate and having more understanding and just helpful in general too. And this creates a positive energy. Step into the unknown. Curiosity keeps us heading down new paths to take a chance. And so this is like, some of you guys are being guided to really, I say, walk in a new direction. You might feel like you're at a crossroads between your old life and your new life, the 3D old earth and the 5D new earth and things like that. This is being guided to navigate the unknown and to trust your spirit guides that are helping you through this process. And this might be going in a new direction, a more spiritual direction with your life too. You might be guided to get spiritual. You might be going through a spiritual awakening. You might be going through a twin flame journey. Obviously, if you're watching or drawn to this video, this might be taking your life in a new direction or down new paths. And this is all about stepping into the unknown. Some of you guys have a fear of change, and this work is meant to help you to release and heal things that are not serving you only, and it's meant to help you on many levels. And some of you guys are in your comfort zone and you're being guided to do things in a new way. I find a lot of people are struggling with integrating into the 5D because you guys are just really used to how you're doing things, and you're needing to learn how to do things in a new way and to reprogram and to learn new things and integrate that into your consciousness and into your reality. And some of this, it's like, it might be new for you, or maybe you're hearing it and you're having a hard time integrating it. It just kind of depends too. But you're being taught and guided as to what to be doing, whether by your spirit guides, information like this, kind of stuff you're learning, we'll say. Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel guides your creativity. Again, North Node and Pisces energy is all about getting creative. Pay attention to any creative ideas that you're having right now. This is going to help you with what to be doing. I was telling my twin flame this morning, like a lot of people that are getting into being an entrepreneur, starting your own business, like are doing really good. I was making a joke about, I said, this is where people started to like paint and draw and get into art and like things like this during previous times when we were going through some of these similar times on the planet. Not going to get into that. But this is a time to get creative, even if it's like a hobby of yours, or better yet, channeling big ideas. And you never know where they're going to take you. So this is also stay open to getting more creative in these higher frequency energy. And that's how we can be using these energies to channel them, to harness them, to tap into them. Doesn't matter if it's art, singing, right, writing, whatever it is. Sometimes you might feel a buzz and you might feel inspired For some, you know, you already have gifts in this area. For some, you never picked up the pen and you're like feeling guided too, right? Like if your spirit guides are telling you to try something new, stay open to it right now. Beautiful souls, you inspire and uplift other people. Angel of Wisdom. This is pursue knowledge and spiritual growth. And this is what we're talking about a lot with this Pisces and Saturn. It is clearing karma energy coming up with that full moon, right? But it's also learning spiritually, and really that's what we are lacking asleep, obviously, right? And taking your life in a new spiritual direction and learning more spiritually and bringing that down into the physical. So we have this full moon in Cancer energy, and this is it goes really good with my next card because it's the King of Cups, and this goes perfect with that. We're in a lot of water energy. I think it was starting to rain here. We're in a lot of water energy with Saturn and Pisces and Mars in Cancer, and also Cancer full moon, right? So it's a lot of water energy, and this is cleansing, right, energy. So we talk about, you know, karma and Saturn, but also when we're dealing with that Cancer full moon, this is like working on creative projects, your job, cleaning your house, getting organized. And since we're in Mars retrograde, we're being guided to kind of focus on that area of like thinking more and less doing, right? And kind of slowing down. I was kind of saying, remember that the turtle out of the turtle in the hare, or the rabbit, right? The turtle wins the race, slow down. And when you're trying to go against the flow of the universe and you're like really, really trying to get things done and things aren't moving or things aren't flowing or they're still a little slow, right, or stagnant, we're being guided not to work against the flow of energy, but work with it right now. So now is a good time to really think about and tap into the big picture of your life right now. And this is also, it could feel quite emotional when we're dealing with all this water energy. And so this is also opening up. So some of you guys are being guided to balance in that area and things like that. Trauma can dysregulate our emotions and, you know, cause a lot to come up when we're healing trauma and things like that. You're being guided to open up more to your empathic and psychic gifts with this energy too. We have the 10 of Pentacles, and this is a card that is in reverse too. So some of you guys might be having still, I call it society programming or matrix programming that you're trying to break out of. When I deal with this card, it's like trying to live up to the facade of how society wanted you to live your life. And so for some, this can indicate some of the partnerships of your past karmically were not for the right reasons, because this is sometimes dealing with family and relationships and things like that. And this is like something in reverse there. Maybe you're needing to heal something on your inner child or family level or from previous relationships as to what you're attracting. I really like saying that, like for some of you guys, your type is your trauma and could be still toxic if you haven't healed and kind of figured that out for yourself, if you're still attracting karmic partnerships or you have yet to let go of some. I know a lot of people can get stuck with karmic attachments for, you know, not wanting to let go or different reasons. It's okay anyways. So this can indicate some type of karma that you're healing and clearing, as we've been talking about for this video. And it could be connected to previous family stuff or even previous relationships. Is there something you need to let go of or heal more fully, or still kind of affecting you, we'll say. We have my 7 of Wands, and this is also a block. It's in reverse. So this is like, some of you guys are getting burnt out when we're dealing with Mars and Cancer, and especially retrograde, because we've been dealing with that theme. Some of you guys have been pouring to the point of exhaustion. When we deal with that Cancer energy, it's very, very important that you are not overextending yourself with your relationships. Now, when we deal with twin flame, now this is also, it could be surrender, needing to surrender to how things are. But when we're dealing with twin flame, this is something that should be recharging your light and your energy, right? And helping you with your light. Other types of connections, it depends how they are, but sometimes not that great, right? But when we're dealing with twin flame, this is something that's supposed to be good for your light. Now, when we're dealing with this surrender message, is about accepting how things are. If you're in a separation, accepting that, sometimes you can't really begin that work until you do, and you're accepting things. If your twin flame hasn't treated you great, accepting that and surrendering to where you're at with things is kind of like that, because sometimes we have a tendency with Pisces energy to be wearing our rose-colored glasses and seeing things for as they are, so that you can work through certain challenges and issues. It just kind of depends on what those are. So this might require surrender. That's the ego. Some of you guys keep going round and round, wanting things to go a certain way, and it's just like allowing things to go as they are in your life and accepting that. It's like acceptance and surrender energy in the air right now. Okay, we're going to do the Divine Masculine. I see a lot of Divine Masculines not feeling well this shift. Some of them are, but I'm just saying I've seen an awful lot of them. Some of you guys, this could be from separation, and if you've been in separation, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that, right? Whenever we're off of our path, we have the tendency we might get sick. When we're doing things that aren't great for us, when we're dimming our light and things like that, when we are getting into lower frequencies, this is where our ego kind of can go round and round, as I said, and your soul begins to correct things. So sickness is always a correction of your path, and kind of some of you guys might be experiencing that. It could be akin to being separation sickness or love sick during this time, and this could be like stomach ache, heartache, throat problems, flu-like symptoms. It just kind of depends. Headaches, it just kind of depends on what is coming up for you. But I do see some of the masculines getting hit hard with this, and I do feel some of this, it could be separation, and it could be when we try to give up on the twin flame path. This could be what a lot of people are going through too. Sometimes that's what's happening too, because it's literally too much for us at that time. So some of you guys haven't been feeling great, and that could be from a lot of emotions that are coming up or that you're clearing. And remember, when we merge our energy field together with someone else, we're merging our chakras together. And in separation, you still are. Some of you guys, it's from weekend chakras and needing to do a little bit of chakra work if you're not feeling great about things too. And this can show you areas, so just be mindful of that too. And so I know that too, when some of you guys aren't doing great in the twin flame journey, you really don't feel great, because this is like very much part of your soul and your path. It just kind of depends on what's coming up for you, we'll say. I'm going to do a reading for the Divine Masculine now. Divine Masculine Collective, what is going on? Divine Feminine, if you're watching, direct messages from your masculine. I wasn't honest with you about my feelings at the time. Time has brought me clarity about us. I made the wrong choices. And so sometimes when you guys are, especially if you guys are apart, even together, thinking about things, they might be thinking about how they would have done things differently. You were the love of my life. I didn't figure that out before. I know now it's true. Now, twin flame, you guys always know this is your person, but sometimes fear can get in the way or win out, because we have those patterns coming up to be working on or working through. So some of it's fear, but sometimes it's just other patterns. I'm afraid that I lost you forever. I'm in love with you. I'm on my way to you. We're going to see a lot of twin flames, as that is part of your path, making their way back to each other if apart, or even in union, you guys doing big things together. We have Archangel Michael. This is powerful for the Divine Masculine too. Michael provides protection and strength. Connecting with Archangel Michael for the masculine, this will help you, whether you're needing to cut your cords, clear your energy, or different things like this, or even just spiritual protection on your path. Make sure that you're reaching out and connecting with Archangel Michael. Celebration. Your spirit needs to play and have fun. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the first step towards letting go of hurt and emotional pain. It heals only you. Make sure that you're letting go. This could be letting go of previous hurts or pains. This could be way deep in your past, previous relationships, childhood, but most likely it's with your twin flame. There may be things that you need to karmically release through doing forgiveness. Sometimes this is to let go of blocks, or even to let go of the old timelines things happen on, so you could start over. Some of you guys try to come back together with your twin flame and all the old stuff comes up and pushing you guys apart. Needing to forgive something with your twin flame and let it go, maybe so you can start over, or if you're in a union, to go and do a smoother union. Let's do Power of Angels. May your angels protect you, guide you, and keep you safe. Work with your angels during this time. This will help you with your manifestation. It'll help you with your spiritual healing and just allowing more positive energy and light into your life. Make sure that you're reaching out and working with your angels. This is a whole process that you go through, a whole energy transformation that you're going through. Now, when you do the twin flame journey, you signed up for it, right? When you signed up for the twin flame journey, and oftentimes you find your twin flame across many, many different lifetimes. We know that, but when you're on the twin flame journey right now, you're also on this ascension and awakening path generally. So you're going through a lot very, very fast. That's why it's important that you're healing, releasing trauma, letting go of old energy blocks, and really working on yourself. And it's because you're going through a huge transformation fast due to that inner work that you're going through, and a lot of positive changes depending on what you're doing too. This is my DNA activation card, opening up to infinite possibilities. This is the symbol of the universe and also a symbol of twin flames too. You're integrating a lot of energies from yesterday's 111 porthole right now. Not to mention tomorrow, we're kind of in between days, right? Tomorrow we have that Cancer full moon too, so we're receiving a lot of energies too. Stay open to them, but know you're going through a lot of upgrades and you're probably feeling it. We have my 3 of Cups. And this is not for everyone, but this is like some of you guys are dealing with third-party relationships and things like that. Usually your twin flame will mirror some of your own issues if you're engaging with that kind of thing. It just kind of depends of that. Be careful that you're not creating karmic situations for yourself in any way. Like, it just kind of depends. This could be lack of commitment, existing karmics, more work to be done. It's not time. You're not together. It just depends. We have Ace of Pentacles. And this is like, okay, some of you guys are having issues financially or just in a mindset like you have money, but you're in this lack mindset. And I know, and it won't matter how much you have because you're needing to heal something. And when we have that lack, sometimes it's lack of love. That's some of the basis that we have for our trauma or things that we've been through in the past. This is why I think self-love is so, so important, and compassion for shifting out of old patterns and things like that. So this is like needing to heal something there. Maybe you're needing to heal something with your sacral. This could be affecting your money and relationships, or just how you feel in these areas, or even feel about yourself. It's important that you're learning how to fill your own cup when it comes to these areas, or because no one else will be able to come do that for you, or you'll always come up empty, right? So you're needing to learn how to fill your own cup in these areas in some type of way, being guided to heal your sacral chakra. Moving on from the past. Some of you guys are in a state of healing. You're letting go. You're forgiving the past. You might be releasing a lot of energies where you might have been through a lot of grief, sadness, and things like that. You're releasing old baggage. We talked about accepting your situation for where it is, but also working towards where you want to be, because we have this manifestation message. Divine Masculine. Make sure you're working on your chakras right now. This is going to help you a ton. We talked about making you feel better as you're doing that chakra work too. Energy healing will help you and things like that. We have the 7 of Swords, and this is like, some of you guys might be hiding something. I say this is like my sneaky card, right? But this is like secrets coming out and things like that. This is my shadow work. You're needing to take all those little pieces of your life and make the best of it. I always say, turning your lemons into lemonade. This is like if you're hiding something from people or vice versa, and this is a flame reading, it's going to come out into the open, and we see that as well too. And this could indicate karmics. This could indicate, you know, other things happening with your twin flame situation. Just kind of depends on how you're resonating with and taking this message and things like that. And make sure that you're being very transparent in your connection. This will help you both to work through more very, very fast. This could be like runner energy or having karmics that you're not dealing with and things kind of surfacing. It just kind of depends on how you're taking that message. All right, I'm going to go on that note. I'm going to be around doing healings, activations, readings. If you need some clarity on your twin flame journey about the connection, what to be working on, need some help with it, you could always book a reading. I have tons of energy healings that'll really, really help you with it. I have lots of new stuff on my website too. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com, and have a beautiful day.